Test, test, test. Hello and welcome to our live coverage of SGS ACE1 versus Cardinal Newman. You join us here at SGS for this home tie. Before we go into our live action, we're just going to take you through some of the successes of our sports academies over the last few weeks as we've started our term. So I'm joined here by the Academy's Director, Connor Sidley-Adams. Connor, welcome.
Hey Max, how you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Connor, can you tell us a little bit about the start of the year? Obviously, we've had a lot of success over the years with our academies, and this year has been no different.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a hell of a September. We've had 4 internationals across male and female rugby, cycling, world champions. We've had our 2 partner clubs, so Mangotsfield United and Stoke Gifford United, both in the top 4 of their divisions.
Brilliant.
It's been a hell of a start.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I mean, it's there's so much work that goes in behind the scenes. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the work that the coaches have put in to make that possible?
Yeah, I mean, they work so hard in terms of the coaches. They are literally, they live and breathe it. They try and provide the best experience that they can for the learners. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they are literally there. We really pride ourselves on what we do, strength and conditioning wise in the gym. We've got a fantastic group of physios as well, so if it goes wrong for the players, if they get injured, then they're straight back on the pitch as well, so yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I know you're a busy man, I'll let you get on, but thanks very much for joining us.
Brilliant. Thanks, Max.
Great. So I'm going to introduce and welcome in my co-commentator for today's game, who is a sports media student with us at the college, Mac Wells. And Mac has been studying sports media for 2 years, and he's not a sports media student anymore. He is a student on the media production top-up degree. And I'll let him get himself comfortable before we go live. Mac, welcome.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Good. Now, you've done some commentary before for American football. You've played in the American Football Academy, haven't you? So tell us a little bit about your experiences at the college.
Well, I've been at SGS for my 3rd year now. It's been fun. You know, I get to do a degree and I get to watch, play, commentate, all involving sports. So it's ideal, actually. It's been good. The teachers have been great. I have this one teacher called Max. He's quite all right. I did have this other teacher called Steve. He's pretty good too. And now I've got a teacher called Rich. So all 3 of them seem to be in the room. It's incredible.
Fantastic. Oh, you absolutely flatter us. Right, on to rugby. So we are about 10 minutes away from kickoff. But before we go live to our pitch side, we had a fantastic result for our SGS Rugby Academy over the last week. They played Hartpury, local rivals, and beat them for the first time in the ACE League, which is a fantastic result. They beat them 8-7, tough weather conditions, and that was a really good result for the Rugby Academy here. Now, we were lucky enough to sit down with Dan Cox, the director of rugby here at SGS College, at the start of the week to chat a little bit about his success at the college and the success of this week's game. So we have got an interview lined up with Dan that we'd like to play out for you. And here is what Dan had to say about that Hartpury win.
Did the preparation for this game as it's a rivalry different to the normal prep you would do?
A little bit. So not so much that it's a rivalry, it's the fact that due to the attritional nature of the ACE League and picking up injuries in the first 3 rounds, actually we've had to change our training a little bit to lighten the load for some of the guys and make sure that we are able to actually get enough numbers on pitch to be able to do what we want to do. So that's hindered us a little bit. And we've had a couple of guys in the England camp this week as well, which has meant that they've not been able to train with us. So it's been a little bit of a stop-start week, but hopefully today we should get most of our prep done.
With such a close score, how did the team manage to hold on for the win? Any secrets or team-specific strategies that you know?
Well, they helped us out by missing a kick in front of the posts in the last play of the game. So actually, yeah, they probably had opportunities to go and win it, but then again, throughout the game, we missed a couple of shots and opportunities as well. To be honest, the weather was a little bit of a positive for us. It actually stopped Hartbury from playing the way they would have probably wanted to play, but also allowed us to kind of really complete some pretty fierce defensive sets late in the game as well.
During the match, were there certain plays that stood out to you, and if so, how did that?
Good question. Will Papp and Joachim Huller had particularly good games. Both showed real levels of physicality. The whole forward pack, to be honest, put in some really good efforts. Due to the weather and the amount of possession that Hartbury had, we probably had to complete nearly 3 times as many tackles as we would in a game. So everyone was pretty beat up, and I'm still seeing people walk around college today with black eyes and bruises and stitches. So it definitely took its toll.
After such a historic victory, what is training and practice looking like for the team going forward, continuing to ride this momentum?
On Friday we spoke about being grounded and just getting back to work. Obviously, it's 1 game in a 8-game league, so actually we need to make sure that we prepare well for our home game this week. And one of our key mantras throughout the whole of the season has been to be SGS focused and be 1 game at a time. So now the attention firmly flips to Cardinal Newman on Wednesday.
Looking ahead to your next match, which players are you looking to utilise and rely on your team to pick up another win?
Good question. Joe Edwards is back from injury, so he's one of our Bristol Bears dual academy players. So him coming back gives us a significant lift. And again, some of our second-year students will be looking for a little bit of experience and leadership.
And finally, how much confidence does this thing give you guys for the rest of the league?
I think it's certainly given the lads a lot of self-belief. As coaches, we've always believed that we could do quite well this year. We had a really disappointing home loss against Beach and Cliff, actually, that I think dented some of the boys' confidence. But actually, I think it shows that if we get our mindset right and do some of the things that we're practicing in training, actually, we stand a really good chance of competing with the top teams in the league.
An excellent insight there from Dan Cox on the game against Hartbury College there in the week. Again, well done to the boys for a fantastic game. Now, we have had news that kickoff has been delayed by about 10 minutes or so. So we're going to do what we can here to keep you entertained. We'll take you through the starting lineup for SGS College. We've got some interesting facts about the boys who are starting today. So I'll give you one run through of that for now. Now, we haven't heard of any changes, so this should be the starting lineup. So at number 1, it's Malachi Humphreys, a 3rd year at the college. Playing hooker is Niall Thomas, and this is his first ACE start, so we wish Niall all the best for today. Our second prop is Finn Fluck, who's part of the Bears Academy. Into the second row, we've got Ryan Wyborn, who, according to Dan Cox, Director of Rugby, lives on the same road as college, but is always late. So hopefully he's turned up on time for the game today. Number 5 is Cesare Mocci, and he is the second row, an Italian born that has come to the college to play rugby. Number 6, we've got Joachim Huller, who is a sports media student with us at the college, and he played for England under 18s last year. He's played for the Bears under 18s for the last 2 years, and is co-captain for the team this year. Our other flanker next to him is Aled Evans, who is your captain for the day. And playing number 8, completing the scrum, is Will Papp. It's his first year here at the college and another of the Bears Academy players. Going into the backs, so our scrum half of the day is Reece James. He's studying in the USA next year, so this will be his final year with us at the college. At fly half is Cian Symes. He's Cardiff under-18s at the moment. Number 11, so starting us off on the wing is Kobe Matthews, yet another Bears Academy product, but also known as Messi for his trickery out wide. Number 12, the inside centre, is Ethan Williams. So he has played for Bears, he's played for Bath and Cardiff, and last year played rugby league for the Wales under-20s. The outside centre, Joe Edwards, it's his first game back this season after injury, another Bears Academy product. I feel like I'm going to get more to say on that today. At 14, so rounding off the wingers is Zach Radforth, and then playing at fullback, Regan Hulsey, who's another Bears Academy player. And then there's several replacements. We've got Kokochi, Kieran Lee. We've got Sam Morris, who's a first year. Ned Hill, Evan Russell, and Zach Comstock as well. 3 Bears Academies products on the bench, 1 Bath Academy product. So I'm sure those lads will get some legs today as well.
Incredible. I somehow didn't understand any of those positions. But I imagine they all hit people and run with the ball very well.
They do indeed. So yeah, Mac is joining us from an American football background. A bit of an American football rugby matchup there. So
that's the one.
But you know the game relatively well, don't you, Mac? So
yeah, I mean, I got into rugby, like, I think it was last year. I had a new housemate who's like rugby obsessed, and he was playing for the American Football Academy at the time. And that was James Kemp, if you don't know.
Yes, James Kemp, former sports media student, yeah.
He forced us to watch the World Cup.
Yep,
so
brilliant.
obviously we beat, was it Argentina?
I think you're right. Yeah, we did.
And then everyone was like, oh my God, we're going to win the World Cup. And then we were playing South Africa in the semis. And I actually got quite into it. I understood all the rules, things like that. But we lost.
Yeah, we did indeed.
Then I was like, oh.
Broke my heart.
I was like, there's next year, right? And he was like, no, it's like football, like every 4 years. I said, oh, you got to be joking. So now I'm just waiting with bated breath, waiting for the next one. Yeah. Because it was actually very entertaining. Once you got into it, like once I properly understood, it was great.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. We've obviously got the Women's World Cup next year as well. We're hosting several games in Bristol for that. So that's really exciting that we've got that coming up next year too. But just a reminder for anyone watching at the moment, we are delayed by about 10 minutes, we believe, for a kickoff. So you're going to have to bear with us, and hopefully we are going to be with you relatively soon. So we're just going to take a quick break for 1 minute, and we'll be back with you with the new with the team sheet again for you if you missed it the first time, and we'll run through some of the latest news from SGS College as well. We'll be back very shortly. Okay, welcome back to the live stream. As I said, we just took a short commentary break there for a moment, but we are slightly delayed with the kickoff here at SGS College. So what we're going to do, for you, if you're just joining us, then we're going to play out an interview that we did with our Director of Rugby, Dan Cox, at the start of the week after a fantastic result against Hartpury Academy last week, where they won 8-7, and that's the first time SGS has beat Hartpury in the ACE League, which is the league that all of the teams play in here at college and beyond. So we're going to play out that interview for you now.
Did the preparation for this game, as it's a rivalry, differ to the normal prep you would do?
A little bit. So not so much that it's a rivalry, it's the fact that due to the traditional nature of the ACE League and picking up injuries in the first 3 rounds, actually we've had to change our training a little bit to lighten the load for some of the guys and make sure that we are able to actually get enough numbers on pitch to be able to do what we want to do. So that's hindered us a little bit. And we've had a couple of guys in the England camp this week as well, which has meant that they've not been able to train with us. So it's been a little bit of a stop-start week, but hopefully today we should get most of our prep done.
With such a close score, how did the team manage to hold on for the win? Any secrets or team-specific strategies that you
Well, they helped us out by missing a kick in front of the posts in the last play of the game. So actually, yeah, they probably had opportunities to go and win it, but then again, throughout the game, we missed a couple of shots and opportunities as well. To be honest, the weather was a little bit of a positive for us. It actually stopped Hartpury from playing the way they would have probably wanted to play, but also allowed us to kind of really complete some pretty fierce defensive sets late in the game as well.
During the match, were there certain plays that stood out to you, and if so, how did that end?
Good question. Will Papp and Joachim Huller had particularly good games. Both showed real levels of physicality. The whole forward pack, to be honest, put in some really good efforts. Due to the weather and the amount of possession that Hartpury had, we probably had to complete nearly 3 times as many tackles as we would in a game. So everyone was pretty beat up, and I'm still seeing people walk around college today with black eyes and bruises and stitches. So it definitely took its toll.
After such a historic victory, what is training and practice looking like for the team going forward, continuing to ride this momentum?
On Friday we spoke about being grounded and just getting back to work. Obviously, it's 1 game in a 8-game league, so actually we need to make sure that we prepare well for our home game this week. And one of our key mantras throughout the whole of the season has been to be SGS focused and be 1 game at a time. So now the attention firmly flips to Cardinal Newman on Wednesday.
Looking ahead to your next match, which players are you looking to utilise and rely on your team to pick up another win?
Good question. Joe Edwards is back from injury, so he's one of our Bristol Bears dual academy players. So him coming back gives us a significant lift. And again, some of our second-year students will be looking for a little bit of experience and leadership.
And finally, how much confidence does this thing give you guys for the rest of the league?
I think it's certainly given the lads a lot of self-belief. As coaches, we've always believed that we could do quite well this year. We had a really disappointing home loss against Beach and Cliff, actually, that I think dented some of the boys' confidence. But actually, I think it shows that if we get our mindset right and do some of the things that we're practicing in training, actually, we stand a really good chance of competing with the top teams in the league.
An excellent insight there from Dan Cox, our Director of Rugby at SGS College here. So as the teams run out onto the pitch just to complete their final warm-ups, we're going to show you just the pitch side here with SGS just warming up. We're going to take you through the lineups for both teams again. So starting with the home team, SGS College. At number 1, we've got Malachi Humphreys, a 3rd year here at SGS. Number 2, Niall Thomas. Number 3, Finn Fluck. Completing the second row is Ryan Wyborn and Cesare Mochi. Our 2 flankers for today, Joachim Huller, and the captain for today, Alid Evans. And completing the scrum is Will Papp, 1st year here at the college, and one of our many Bears Academies players on the pitch today. Moving on to the backs, the scrum half Reece James, who will be studying in the USA next year, so his final year here at the college. Fly half Kean Symes, The first winger is Kobe Matthews, who's another Bears Academy product. The inside centre, Ethan Williams, and then outside centre, Joe Edwards. Onto the right wing is Zach Radforth, and then completing the starting lineup is Regan Halsey at fullback, and again another of those Bristol Bears Academy players. Now moving on to Cardinal Newman. Number 1, Theo Collins. Number 2, Isaac Buck. 3, Josh Steele. 4, Lewis Reed. 5, Lucas Toft. 6, Ollie Brooks. 7, Finley Coldwell. At number 8, completing the scrum, is Tom Bishop. Moving on to the backs, 9, Rory Slack. 10, Jaden King. 11, Jack Tyler. 12, Henry Bido. 13, Henry Horton. 14, William EMZ. And 15 at fullback is Elliot Smith. So those are your teams for today. We've got SGS going from left to right, Cardinal Newman right to left. The referee had the ball in the middle of the pitch, and we're just waiting for Newman to finish their final preparations. Exciting game today, Mac.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good game. Obviously I'm not too well versed in which teams are the good ones and the not so good ones, but I know SGS obviously is attached to the Bristol Bears, things like that. So that must mean something. I've heard,
absolutely.
Growing up in Minehead in Somerset, we always had people coming from the Minehead Barbarians going to the Bristol Bears, talking about the Bears Academy, things like that. So it always seemed to be a pretty big deal. So SGS must be pretty good.
Yeah, you never know what can happen in this ACE League. SGS had a tough result first week against Beeching Cliff. However, they did beat Hartpury last week, as we've heard, and Newman kick us off with their number 11 making up some ground. It's played out of the ruck, and they are continue to hold on to the ball. Moving it very quickly right to left, but some stern defence from the SGS College forwards there. And look for a moment there like it might have been turnover, and it has. So turnover over to SGS, and they are just finding their shape again. And Reece James playing out from the ruck. A nice little offload, but just knocked forward, and that's been turned over out to wing to the Newman number 11. Just about brought down in some good defence by our number 5, Cesare Mochi there.
Powerful plays here.
Some
they're strong guys.
They are a big side, Cardinal Newman. It's going to take some stern defence from SGS today to stop them getting their way over the line. But they are about 5 to 10 metres out at the moment, moving it nicely down the line. SGS holding firm, but struggling to contain a pretty aggressive Newman side. But the referee has just blown up for a Newman penalty. So it looks like they are going to go for the kick. They're just deciding. But a really quick start here at SGS Arena. So, oh no. Quick tap and go, and they are brought down about 5 metres from the line. And the referee has called a stop to proceedings. So it looks like we are preparing for our first scrum of the day. We are indeed. So
incredible.
Yeah, really quick start.
They're both looking fast and looking strong.
They are indeed. Yeah, so we've got a nice pitch side camera for you here today for our scrums and rucks. We are only on one side of the pitch and our other camera up on the gantry. So first scrum of the day, let's see how they can do.
This is a lovely point of view for the scrum.
It is indeed. Holding firm. That's a nice tidy scrum from SGS. Kicked out there by Kean Syme to fly half, and that just allows SGS to reset. But Mac, that's a pretty hectic first couple of minutes.
Yeah, it looked like they were both kind of playing their hearts out there. Newman were very fluid with the ball, very fast, very strong. There was a lot of power. And now SGS has managed to get the ball out, and this is a line out, I believe.
It is
indeed.
indeed.
I think it's kicked out of bounds. So now they're going to do a lot of jumping, try and catch it, and then hit each other again.
Exactly that. Still learning the ropes, but we are getting there. So, yeah, first line out for Newman, which was nicely done. Taken out by scrum half and moving it again nicely down the line. Very quick movement of the ball here from Newman, but brought down strongly by Joe Edwards. Reminder, this is his first time back this season in an SGS kit after some injury. but several phases for Newman here.
What a tackle. I think that tackle there was made by number 1 Malachi Humphreys. That was a big hit.
Yeah, this is some good defensive play by SGS College. They are they're standing firm. Haven't had much in the way of the ball so far, but some very good defence by the forwards moving into the second scrum. But yeah, like you said, Malachi Humphreys is particularly strong in the tackle today. He's joined by Niall Thomas and Finn Flock in the front row. But a good first scrum for SGS. Let's see if they can match their first scrum. Good, apologies. Just some technical difficulties with our camera at the moment, so just trying to fix that focus for you. But it's brought out of the scrum by SGS and booted up the pitch to be chased by Zach Radforth on the ring.
Ooh, good
and
moves there.
Does really well, him and Regan Halsey at fullback to bring them down there, and calls for not releasing, but the referee has allowed them to play on, and that's another big tackle
Big tackle there.
By
number
I think
7,
that's number
that's
7,
Aled Evans.
yeah, the captain for today. I think that was number 8 actually, Will Papp, first year at the college. But yeah, some excellent defensive work by SGS so far. Well caught there out wide by, I believe, Kobe Matthews. And he is
This young man's got
dancing.
some moves.
Yes, there's a reason that they call him Messi at the college.
Sense.
Yeah, he's able to dance past those defenders. So those forwards, I mean, so yeah, definitely an apt name for our winger there. But moved nicely down the line, offloaded to Zach Radforth out wide.
He kicks it, see what you can do with it.
Yeah.
And they
Give it a
kick
go
again.
at one of the little grubber kick, but not quite managed there, and that's a little bit of a wayward kick from Newman. So that's going to be an SGS line out just after halfway. So, cool. Time to catch our breath ever so slightly, but that has been a pretty quick start to this game, hasn't it, Mac?
Yeah, it's been pretty intense. They've been moving back and forth. There's been a lot of big hits. You know, they're obviously both kind of vying for power right now. Hopefully this line out will go SGS's way. Ooh,
Not
almost.
quite. No, that's ground that he wanted to.
Where was that meant to go?
So when a penalty is called, the one team has the option to either kick for the goal for 3 points, or to kick it out for touch and then have their own line out where the ball leaves the play.
I see.
So they were aiming, ideally, for that to go closer to the goal, but unfortunately just a slice there from the Cardinal Newman player. But that's ever so slightly dropped. I think they've managed to keep hold of it at that line out. So really hard rucking there from the SGS forwards. So Zare Mochi really getting stuck in there, as well as Malachi Humphreys, I think that is. But yeah, some excellent defensive play from SGS here. And Newman decided to take it out and push it wide. A little bit unsure there, but he's made up some ground, so that's good play by them. But a big tackle by Joachim Haller, who's one of our sports media students at the college, co-captain for the season and former Bears and England under-18s. Long old TV from Joachim there. Brought down nicely by Joe Edwards and Ethan Williams, but they are still coming. There's some
That's a big
guys
man.
there are some big guys in this Cardinal front line, and it's taking a lot to bring down some of their forwards today. But SGS are holding strong, as we've said. There's a big tackle, another big tackle from Malachi Humphreys, a third-year prop there, and we believe that is going to be another scrum. I'm not quite sure what the referee's called that. Looks like it. An SGS penalty. Fantastic. So a little bit of breathing room for SGS. Some really strong attacking play from Cardinal Newman, but again, the defence is holding out just as strongly. Nice big kick to make some ground up, and that will be an SGS line out.
This SGS defence has been pretty solid.
They have indeed.
They've been getting up close to the try line, and then everything from there they've just shut them out.
Yeah, you may have noticed Mac's American football terms just creeping in there with defence.
Defence,
yeah. I'm not sure that's going to work.
I almost said goal line instead of try line, but just wait till they score. I'll be shouting touchdown.
I think there'll be comments asking you to leave.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Okay, SGS line out here, not too far from the try line, and the first time that SGS have really troubled that Newman back line, but the referee's called the maul, and they are going absolutely nowhere. So they will likely choose to offload that pretty soon. Reece James trying to rip that from the maul, but they are moving now. That's excellent offloading. Kean Symes with a lovely kick there. Oh, and just knocked on ever so slightly from Ethan Williams. That's a tough break because that was a good idea from Kean Symes. But yeah, Ethan Williams just unable to grab that. Ethan previously played for Bears, Bath and Cardiff. And last year played Wales under-20s rugby league, so he'll be hoping for more chances like that today. But that kick hasn't quite managed to go out into touch. So SGS have got the ball back and have done well with that kick, very well indeed. So that will be a Newman line out just into their half. So that's again a bit of breathing space. It feels like we've been absolutely into the action straight from the off here. It's
been intense. Why not just kick drop goals?
I mean, I think when there's a lot of time left, you know, they necessarily need to. It's you know, it's a tricky technique to get right. You know, they've got a bit of time to settle and try and get over the try line first. You know, you might see that a little bit later in the game, or if there's a perfect opportunity for it. But right now, I think it's the right move for them to just keep hold of the ball as best they can, move it up the pitch, keep that defence nice and strong, as we can see them doing right now, or just popped up but unable to keep hold of it. And there's Kobe Matthews trying their best to bring them down on the wing, and they've done incredibly well to push them out. Beautiful. Excellent work there from Kobe Matthews, our winger. Another Bears Academy product. As we said, known as Messi, he doesn't just dance around the opposition. He can also tackle pretty well as well, it seems.
Incredible.
So there's another SGS lineup. A chance for them to put right the last couple, which haven't been as particularly strong as they would have liked to. And up they go. And again, that one not much better. So that's a strong old run, but knocked on by Cardinals. So that looks like a turnover, but the referee has just called a knock-on.
So knock-on is...
hitting the ball with your hands or your body and it moving forward. So the ball's got to move backwards in rugby. So if it goes forward, then that will be a scrum called. So yeah, when that got after that tackle, didn't quite manage to keep hold of it. So yes, that's a scrum for SGS, and they have been scrummaging really well today. That front row of Malachi Humphreys, Niall Thomas and Finn Fluke particularly holding up well. In the second row, we've got Ryan Wyborn and Cesare Mochi. Rounding off the scrum is Joachim Haller, Aled Evans, our captain, and Will Papp. And they're doing an excellent job today. And
he's got speed.
He's away. He's away.
Moving.
That's Kobe Matthews there. Little Messi making up some good ground, and it's taken away by Joe Edwards. His first game, and he's offloaded it to Regan Halsey, who's cleared through. Fantastic.
Incredible.
Excellent start. That's some brilliant play. Well done by Kobe Matthews to find the space and dance his way through that Newman front line. Offloaded to Joe Edwards, who did well to pick that up. Joe Edwards obviously back for the first time this season after injury, and then Regan Halsey, the SGS fullback, another Bears Academy player who has managed to get that one over the line. So that is a fantastic start for SGS College, holding up some pretty strong defence to manage to break away, Mac.
Yeah, that was kind of all sideways movement, and then all of a sudden he was bursting down the sideline, and he had some straight line speed, managed to get in there, and they got a try.
He has indeed. So a pretty tough kick. So the try scorer will now try and kick for the conversion. So we've got 5 points on the board. Can we make it 7? And up he steps. A tough kick. However,
beautiful.
It looks like he's put that through the posts. So
I think he did.
I think he did. So that leaves it 7-0 to SGS College. An excellent start. We are about 15 minutes into this first half at the moment. And that's an excellent start for SGS. Dan Cox, Director of Rugby, will be really pleased with that one, Hugh Mack.
That was incredible. That kick was beautiful. And the try, you know, the movement, the ball movement, just to get it up there, then the straight line speed. Yeah, I mean, this SGS side is obviously very well conditioned. But that kick, you know, if you ever want to try out American football, we need kickers all the time, you know.
I'm not sure Dan would be pleased with you poaching. But yeah, Regan known as an excellent kicker. He's got a fantastic record. And you can see why with something like that. Look how far that has gone. Just, unfortunately, running over the line. But, yeah, that's a brilliant start to the restart for SGS as well. Really playing to their strength so far. You know, the scrummaging has been really strong, and they've picked up from a couple of line-out mistakes to get 7-0 up. And we are here for an SGS line-out.
Amazing. SGS win the line-out, and now this is what they call a maul, is it not?
Yep, it is indeed. So, yep, referee is called the maul, and we can see just at the back of the maul there, we are moving forward excellently well.
Beautiful.
Making their way ever so closer to the Newman try line. They're just about 4 or 5 metres away from it now. Still moving in that maul, doing excellently well. I'm struggling to see quite where the ball is. The ball has dropped out, but I have a feeling that that has been turned over. Oh, no, it hasn't. Brilliant stuff. So there's Ethan Williams offloading it and going right out wide over to Zach Radforth. And he's almost got his way there. Reece James offloading again, coming back inside. And that's Cesaro Mochid going straight in. Not afraid of anything there. Again, out wide. It's one man out, but Zach Radforth decides to go alone. Again, some intense rucking, doing really well on this try line. Regan Halsey trying to get over the line for his second try of the game. But Reece James is just taking his time to offload. Malachi Humphreys trying to force his way through over that try line, but a couple of metres just left to go now as SGS continue. But a foul has been spotted by the referee. Unsure what that was for, but so makes it again attacking play from SGS. It was a penalty, and it's going to be an SGS line out just 1 or 2 metres from the pitch, from the try line. Sorry. So we will take you to our pitch side camera for that. And excellent stuff. So a really good few minutes for SGS here. A much better line out for them this time. And they are again moving that maul forward. That's been a real strength of their game. The maul has just been absolutely dominating the ground, hasn't it, Mac?
I mean, these mauls they've been pushing weight, getting in there, and it looks
and
like
they keep going over, and another try there. Brilliant work from SGS in that maul. Now, did we see who got that over the line? We didn't quite. It may have been our number 6, Joachim Huller, who got that one over the line, I believe. Again, as we were saying, those mauls have been pretty fantastic so far today, haven't they, Mac?
These mauls have been incredible. I mean, I'm new to the maul. I was taught what it was about 5 minutes ago. But they are just moving people, you know. In sports like this, like American football and rugby, just being able to move bodies is always important. And these guys obviously don't skip leg day. They're obviously in the gym all the time because these guys are strong. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, we've got some fantastic facilities here at SGS, so it's really nice to have everything ready for our players to succeed, and we are seeing that success on the pitch today. Now Regan Halsey coming up, slightly more in field than his first kick this time, and he just
wide
missed
left.
it. Yeah, just left of the post there. So the score will remain at 12-0. Yeah, well done. SGS 12. Cardinal Newman 0 in this ACE League fixture. We're about halfway through the first half here. There we go. So restarting as Cardinal Newman, kicking from right to left. But a fantastic start here from SGS College. I know Regan Halsey will be kicking himself with missing that first kick. Apologies, we've just lost our footage very shortly. We're doing our best to get that back for you. Here we go. Excellent. So looks like the referee has called a scrum So the kick
Amazing.
must have just not gone quite far enough. And there we go.
SGS have really been dominating the scrum, mauls.
They
They've done
have
good in the
indeed.
lineouts too.
They have indeed. Yep. Definitely improving. I think we've seen some fantastic play from the likes of Malachi Humphrey, Cesare Mochi, and Joachim Haller in that scrum. Those forwards are really putting in the work today. As Reece James puts the ball in and offloads to Kean Symes, who moves it further right over the way to Joe Edwards, his first wave back. And Zach Radforth pushed out ever so slightly, but has just managed to offload it to Joe Edwards, who is just then pushed into touch. So that will be a Newman line out. But again, moving that ball well forward. They're really making good use of this right-hand side, aren't they, Mac?
They really are. All of their scores have come from up the right-hand side. Seems their right-hand side is much stronger than their left. Or faster, should I say, not necessarily stronger. And we're going to see here, hopefully they're going to win this line out and score again. That would be ideal.
Yeah, they've been using Joe Edwards and Zach Radforth particularly well out here. But that's not to say that over on the other side, Kobe Matthews has done really well when he's had the ball in his hands. So it's been a good start all round for SGS. Now, Cardinal Newman looking to reply to a maul of their own, but they are stopped in their tracks. They know that is a real strength of SGS today, so they've given up on that pretty quickly, and we're into the ruck. It looks like they're going to prepare for a kick here.
That was a good kick.
It was indeed. Oh, he looks like he just dropped that, Zach Radforth, but the ball did appear to go backwards, so the referee hasn't called for a knock on, and he is he's making the most of his time, but it looks like it might have hit the feet. No, it's going to be called for a knock-on. So Zach Radforth doing really well there after dropping it backwards to make up some ground, but just offloaded it and knocked on, unfortunately. So the referee has called a scrum there, and it's going to be Cardinal Newman's put in. So as you can see on the scorecard there, the score is now SGS ACE1 12 and Newman ACE1 0.
And what are the rules of the scrum? What can you and can't you do?
How long have you got? So essentially, as long as you don't purposefully collapse the scrum or accidentally collapse the scrum, you essentially just need to push. There is a little bit of tactical play that you can have with the scrum, holding the ball up, if you're moving it forward, if you're being particularly, if you've got a particularly strong scrum. But essentially, it's a way, another way of starting the game, giving the advantage to the team which was rewarded the foul. But it looks like SGS have conceded a penalty here, and the Cardinal Newman scrum half will kick to touch. And that's Rory Slack, who apparently, we've been told, can juggle 4 bowling pins at once.
What a skill.
But unfortunately, he hasn't been able to kick it into touch. And that's going to be... I'm not quite sure what he tried there. Tried throwing it to himself. But it hasn't quite worked. The referee stopped him from doing that. Rory there trying a skill other than juggling 4 bowling pins at once.
I don't know much about rugby, but that didn't look like a rugby move.
No, it didn't. So in that case, it will be they were going over to the scrum. Okay. And it will be Reece James to put in. Again, that front row of Malachi Humphreys, Niall Thomas and Finn Fluke doing particularly well today. The whole scrum with SGS, they're working really hard. And I know that's something that Dan Cox and Callum and the other coaches for this SGS men's team has done particularly well at and worked really hard at over the summer. And it's showing. Their scrum has been one of their best aspects of their game so far this season, with an unfortunate loss to Beeching Cliff in the first week, but a fantastic win against Hartbury last week. But they are moving that ball forward.
And they're going to score
Kobe
a try.
Matthews manages to bring it in between the post there, making it nice and easy for Regan Halsey to put the ball over the posts. And that was a brilliant move out wide from SGS, using the left-hand side this time. Obviously been really strong out on the right over the last couple of tries, but this time bringing it over to the left-hand side, and Kobe Matthews, Messi, as they call him, a Bears Academy player, one of the many that we've got in the starting lineup today, has put the ball down for SGS's 3rd try of the day. So that's 17-0 and is going to be put up to 19.
Amazing. I mean, we were just saying, the right-hand side was faster. They've been using it more, and then obviously they come out and they utilize that left side of the field, and they get it out to Messi, and he runs it in there nice and fast. Incredible stuff.
It's almost like they were listening to us.
It's almost as if it might have been the case.
So that is a fantastic start. 3 tries for SGS ACE1 with 2 converted. Newman yet to get on the scoreboard, but another chance for them here to get started well. Unfortunately, their restarts haven't been quite as good as they would have wanted them to today. So we'll see what they can do this time. That looks a little bit better from Newman. So picked up here by a big hit by didn't quite see who that was. That's Will Papp, our first year number 8.
He's up the left side again.
And Kobe Matthews again, doing his best to move that ball.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
So still with SGS here. And looked like potentially could have been a turnover. And it has. Yep, it's taken out of that scrum by the Newman forwards and moving it very nicely. Just grabbed out of there by Isaac Buck, who has had a great game so far. And big tackle by Malachi Humphreys. He wasn't going anywhere. He was not letting anyone past him there. Great play, and he's still holding on. Malachi Humphreys.
Malachi Humphreys. This guy is
absolutely
incredibly strong.
Yes, that was a fantastic couple of hits from Malachi, who is a 3rd year here at the college. And they've moved it out wide, but again, some fantastic work by the backs this time. Zach Radforth bringing their man down as they move across the pitch. And again, Malachi Humphreys, fantastic work there to stop Newman making any ground. They aren't really going anywhere. As I say that, again, they're listening to me.
They start going somewhere.
Yeah, their prop Theo Collins making some good moves down the right-hand side. Isaac Buck again.
Oh, it looks like
going for it,
backwards.
But yeah, Joachim Höller just being told to move away there by the referee, moving it back down the line as Josh still tries to find some room for Newman, but not having any luck. Trying to go left and right, but they're struggling. Many phases here for Newman, but SGS are doing really well in their defensive work. Forwards doing particularly well.
Great tackle there.
That's excellent work. And they continue to move down the line. It's taking a couple of them to move him out of the way. That's Jack Tyler there.
Massive prop.
Getting ever so closer. There's Rory Slack trying to offload it. And seems like every Cardinal player is having a go here. And they haven't quite found their way, just held up there by Will Papp, who's done excellently well. Again, and it looks like that ball has been put over the line by Isaac Buck, the Cardinal Newman front row, who unfortunately for SGS has managed to just creep over the top of that defensive line. Some really good play there by SGS. Malachi Humphreys in particular playing incredibly well to put in every tackle he can, but just put over the line there by Isaac Buck on the left-hand side. So again, it'll be a tough kick for Cardinal Newman, but they are now on the scorecard.
I mean, that was a well-earned try right there.
It was
from the right side to the middle to the left, back a bit, back to the left. I mean, they were going all over the place, and they really just powered it in. Grit and determination got that ball in. You are absolutely right, Mac. Yeah, that was some very good play by Newman. They've done particularly well there to keep at it basically, and not SGS unfortunately not managing to hold them back there. So yeah, I think Malachi Humphreys probably got tired of making every tackle. Oh, I know. Moment. He deserved better there, didn't he? Yeah, some fantastic tackles there from many of the SGS players. But Isaac Buck managing to force that over the line. And this is Rory Slack over the ball here and not quite managing to get that over the line. So the score will remain at 5 for Newman, their first try. And the overall score is SGS 19, Cardinal Newman 5. This is good. I haven't watched a game of rugby since we lost to South Africa, which kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth. So now watching a team win that I want to win is actually making me very happy.
Well, yeah, we are about half an hour into this first half, and it's going particularly well for SGS so far. They've done really well, but they do just need to go careful of any tiredness creeping in this first half. It's been quite a physical game. Clearly, they've got some big players, Carl Newman, so it's been tough for the SGS forwards especially to go toe-to-toe with them, but they're doing a very good job of it so far. Just kicked out by Rory Slack there and caught by SGS fullback.
And he's
Halsey, and he's found some gaps there.
Beautiful
brilliant
running.
work by Regan Halsey, a Bears Academy player, as we said, one of the many at the college so far, and it's managed to be offloaded by Reece James, who has managed to push that out wide slightly. Reece James again picking the ball up and offloading to Will Papp, first year number 8.
He's on the move.
And he's offloaded to Zach Radforth, who is lacking support.
That looked like a forward pass.
Yes, I think that's what the referee has called there. So forward pass, unfortunately, from Will Papp to offload to Zach Radforth. Regan Halsey doing very well there to find the space, dance his way through some of those Newman players. But yeah, unfortunately not quite getting there. And that forward pass has meant that we've been called up for a Newman scrum. So as we said, we're about 30 minutes or so through this first half. Minutes to go. So it's been a good start for SGS. Mac, what have you made of it so far?
Well, what I've concluded is that they're both really strong. But both sides are pushing the ball, they're moving people around. SGS are doing it a little bit better than Newman are, hence the score. And Newman have got, SGS have got a lot of speed on their side as well.
They have indeed.
Especially up the sidelines. And Malachi Humphreys has just been hitting people. He is incredibly strong.
He's done brilliantly well today. As of all of the SGS forwards, it looks like Newman have just conceded another penalty. Not again, a bit unsure of what that was for. Maybe another full pass, but yes. So a fantastic start for SGS. Some good insight there from Mac, my co-commentator for the day.
That's me.
And we're really lucky here at the college to have a fantastic media department and media students who have put all of this live stream on for you today. They've created graphics, they've interviewed coaches and players. We have our students on camera, we have them taking photos, we have them getting pickside colour, and alongside me here in the commentary box as well. So we're really proud of all of our students here as Reece James just offloads, moves it further wide to Zach Radforth, who's brought down, but some staunch defending there from Joachim Huller at the back of that ruck as Will Papp moves the ball forward. Offloaded, but not quite accurately enough. However, it looks like it potentially might have been a knock on from Newman. Yeah, Isaac Buck quite unfortunate there, it looks like. Or maybe not. I've been called for something else. So, whatever it was for, SGS, Regan Halsey are kicking for touch. And that's a fantastic kick there to make up that ground. Brilliant work. Again, Regan Halsey, king of the kickers. That is what he's known for, and he's done particularly well today.
There has been some incredible kicking today. It's been very impressive. I mean, tackling, running with the ball, that's one thing, but being able to kick a ball wherever you want it to go is one of the few skills.
Joachim Hurler getting high there. We know that the maul has been particularly strong for SGS, but not making too much ground at the moment. But as I say that, they continue to make that ground up. Malachi Humphreys bringing up the rear of that maul. The ball is just going over the line, and the referee has called a try. Again, the SGS maul has been fantastic today, and it looks like I'm not quite sure yet who has put that over the line, but it was been an absolutely brilliant mauls on show for SGS today, and that has resulted in them getting just over the line. So that takes them up to 24-5. And we'll see if Regan Halsey can continue his king prowess and get that one over the line. Mac, Dominant.
Dominant. That is the word I would use for this SGS side. That maul is incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching rugby very long, but this has been incredible. This is a good display of athleticism on show today.
Absolutely fantastic work there from SGS to get that maul over the line as Regan Halsey steps up to this kick. Another tough one for him, Mac, but we've seen him do it before.
I was going to say this might be easy for him. You never know. He's
And
going.
as he steps up, that ball goes miles, and I didn't see anyone flag for it. It did go through. Fantastic work. Okay, so
Incredible.
we are now at 26-5.
I believe that's halftime.
And that does look like half-time. Referee calling half-time there on what has been a pretty dominant half for SGS, Mac.
That's been incredible. I mean, this first half, they were both teams were both a bit slow to start, both playing great defense, but SGS got that first try, and it's just snowballed from there, just try after try, and some amazing kicks. So SGS has dominated this first half. You know, they're obviously putting the weight in, the work in the weight room, and it will show again.
They have indeed. So that is half-time here at the college. As you can get a little glimpse of us up in the commentary box. You got me and Mac on commentary, and Sam there doing our fantastic work on vision mixing. So every time a camera changes and you see a different site, that's Sam's job. So again, just want to say what brilliant work the SGS College students have done so far today at bringing you this live stream. Students are running pretty much every spot in this stream, apart from me.
Yeah.
As youthful as I may look, unfortunately, those days are beyond me.
Well, somehow you look younger than I do. So
I didn't want to say it.
Being bold, it just happens. Happens to the best of us.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, well, we're going to take a short break for half-time then. These half-time breaks usually aren't very long, so we'll be back with you very shortly with the score at SGS 26, Cardinal Newman 5. Okay, and we are getting ready for the second half to kick off here at SGS Arena. Welcome back to our live coverage of SGS ACE versus Cardinal Newman in this ACE League. Unsure of any replacements yet. It looks like we have had one or two, number 18 and number 20, coming onto the pitch, and number 19 as well. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the corresponding numbers to the names of the replacements, so I'm very sorry that we're not going to be able to bring you that. But it was a really dominant first half, wasn't it, Mac?
I mean, that first half, SGS, as I said, both teams started off a little bit slow, playing good defence, but SGS kind of just took over after that first try, and their mauls and their scrums and their lineouts have just been dominant.
They really have, especially those mauls. That's really been what has got 3 of those tries over the line, I believe, and that's it's been a fantastic start for SGS. Now we've gone straight into a line-out, not far from the Newman try line. So we've now got our camera on the touchline, the way that SGS is shooting. So that's hopefully going to bring you a little bit more of that close coverage, as they are 2 meters away from the line, being pushed through, and it looks like that try has been called. Excellent work from SGS, and they have started this half as they finished the first. So a brilliant start for SGS in this second half, and that is just what they've deserved after a brilliant and absolutely brilliant first half. They've come away with a try in the first 2 minutes.
I mean, what's the record for points scored in a game? I feel like the way SGS is going, it's going to be quite a big point differential.
Yeah, they are doing particularly well to get that points difference up at the moment, and we believe that is the bonus point try as well. So SGS stepping up here, Regan Hulsey with another kick, who has done particularly well so far, king of the kickers, and he steps up for this conversion, which again, another big kick which doesn't quite go through. Unfortunately missing that kick, but he's had a fantastic day so far, so I doubt he'll be too disappointed with that one. The score now stands at 31-5 to SGS.
Amazing.
Indeed, yeah, a brilliant start to this second half for SGS.
And where are Newman from?
They are up in Preston, I believe. So a bit of a journey for them today. So it's going to be tough journey back if they come away with a loss today, which is the way that it's going at the moment. But SGS coming through really strong. A big hit there for Ethan Williams, taking that one pretty well. And it's kicked further down the pitch. But one of our replacements jumping on that very strongly, and that's a fantastic tackle. Still trying to ruck through, but he's come on with some energy. But here we go.
This
Newman
prop for Newman has been absolutely incredible.
He has
an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, Isaac Buck there, who scored their try as well, obviously. So he's had a fantastic game, despite the current score. There's been some really good individual performances at Newman, but another fantastic tackle there. That looks like Aled Evans, our captain, and yes, I believe that is Adam Evans, who put that tackle in. Fantastic. And the ball is loose, and it's been kicked and chased, but unfortunately the referee has called a halt to proceedings.
I believe, is it an injury timeout?
It looked like there was someone down, but no such thing as an injury timeout in rugby, Mac, I'm afraid.
I'm so sorry.
Usually the players do just carry on playing, and the physios are free to come and treat the players
on the field
while the game is continuing. Now, if the game does stop for any reason, then they usually don't restart it again. But
I see.
Yes, slightly different to
that's incredible.
Slightly different to American football.
American football,
that you are
someone
used
stays
to.
down for a little. Game's stopped, finished. We stop until they're ready. But this is rugby players are a different gravy.
A different breed, yes. Yeah,
they are
indeed.
pretty strong fellas.
But yeah, so this is a slight injury break. Now, it was Malachi Humphreys who put that try over 2 minutes after into the second half, who thoroughly deserved that today, didn't he, Mac?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been hitting people left, right, and centre. He's been moving people. He's just been incredible.
Yeah, he has indeed. So it fully deserved that try, Malachi Humphreys. Third year here at the college. And he's having a fantastic game so far, as are many of the SGS players. So Scott Humphreys-James has been replaced with our SGS number 20. Again, I do apologise that we haven't got the corresponding names and numbers to our replacements. But nevertheless, they're doing a good job so far. And calling that one nice and early, the referee, an illegal pickup out of the scrum from the Newman scrum half. So we prepare to scrum again here. Captain Aled Evans just getting himself ready in his flanker position.
And now that SGS scrum, there we go.
Offloaded and moved down the line, and making some good movements from Ethan Williams, our inside centre there.
Oh, good tackle there.
Yeah.
What I will say about today's game is both sides have had incredibly good
and we've
tackles.
had one man sent off, so it looks like not sent off, sorry, in this image, Theo Collins, who is the Cardinal Newman prop, has just been sin-binned. Looked a little bit unclear what that was for, potentially a high tackle, but he will now spend 10 minutes out of the game.
Does that mean they get a replacement on, or you play with 14 men?
You play with 14 men, yep.
Oh,
so they are now a man down, but looks like they are making a quick replacement to make up for that. Yeah, so they made a replacement, brought off a different player, but they've still be down to 14 men.
Wow.
Fun fact about Theo Collins that we've been handed: he's playing in the EA Sports Fortnite Championships this Christmas.
Amazing.
Yeah, a man of many talents, but unfortunately now spending 10 minutes in the sin bin. So that is 14 men for Cardinal Newman now, which is going to be difficult for a dominant SGS side, difficult for them against a dominant SGS side who bring this ball out of the scrum, making good ground there and bringing it out wide to the left. Some impressive rucking there as Malachi Humphreys takes the ball and going through the phases here. SGS offloading, but stuck in two minds there. As again, blimey, he's everywhere today, isn't he?
He has
Isaac Buck has just been everywhere for Cardinal Newman.
The centre of everything going on.
He has. He's been a bright spark for this Cardinal Newman side today. Who's struggled in many areas of the pitch, but he's been brilliant.
He really has. He has been everywhere, like you said.
Now, one of the SGS replacements just down at the moment. I just turned down our pitch side mic ever so slightly. Interesting fact about Isaac Buck, who's, as we said, one of the standouts for Cardinal Newman today. Turned down a scholarship at a leading college for contemporary dance in the country for rugby instead. And if today's anything to go by, made the right choice, playing excellently well.
A contemporary dance, that's a new one. That's I haven't heard rugby players and contemporary dance in the same same sentence before, but it looks like he's played to his strength here.
Yep, it's done particularly well today. But again, a bright spark in what has been a tough game for Cardinal Newman, and it looks like we may have another replacement joining us, which is a shame for the number 17. But we have a scrum here with the SGS put in. Again, just as we wait for this scrum to kick off, it's been a fantastic start for our academies to this academic year. We've had our American football team beating Team Scotland. We've had 4 England call-ups for our men's and women's rugby teams. SGS student Corey Hill has been called up to play basketball with the Bristol Flyers. We've had Jack Nunn and Jordan Ewewu signing for Cagliari and Luton Town football clubs respectively. We've had SGS Roadsters Cycling Academy competing at the Olympic Games, so it's been a fantastic start. And today's game looks to be no different as it's moved really quickly down the right. That's Regan Halsey moving the ball forward, and Aled Evans doing his best to ruck that over and avoid a turnover, which he has done particularly well. And he's picked up the ball himself and moved it over that ruck, gaining another couple of metres there. Really close here to the SGS try line. And if we've seen them in this possession many times today, and unfortunately this one hasn't gone the way the other several times have gone, because that looks to be turned over as the Cardinal Newman scrum half kicks Rory slack there, making some more ground up, but edging closer to yet another try, and that kick hasn't probably gone as far as they would have liked it to. So we go to an SGS line-out.
And the lineouts today, they've been pretty good on them. Obviously, Newman have been quite good with the lineouts, but I'd say the lineouts are maybe 50-50 today. Yeah,
nice and simple there. Joachim Huller just offloading, and he's found the space. The scrum half has managed to move his way through the Cardinal Newman players, somehow finding some space there. Looked to just come out of nowhere and has made some nice ground. Joachim Huller there going in and doing really well to not be brought down too early. Has been offloaded again to Will Papp, who continues to play well. It's been a good game for him in his first ACE season. Regan Halsey moving it forward, and that's, oh my God, Kobe Matthews.
What a try.
Forcing his way through two players. They just bounced off him, and that's the SGS Messi, as they call him, finding the gap there. Regan Halsey doing really well to find that space and offload to Kobe Matthews, who dances his way through two players. As we said, bounces off them, and no issues there with putting that ball down. So again, another fantastic SGS try, which takes us up to 36-5 with the conversion still to come, and a chance for Regan Halsey to do one better than his last conversion, slightly infield, further infield than his last one. But Mac, that is again SGS just showing pure dominance at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty impossible to stop this SGS side at the moment. They've got the momentum. Obviously, they scored just before half-time. They scored after half-time. And now they just haven't stopped. They're just on a roll. There's just nothing to be done about it.
Indeed, it's been a particularly strong game for SGS. I know we know that Dan and Callum, the coaches of this SGS side, are going to be really, really strong. Just seen a comment saying Newman are from Brighton, not Preston, in our Google, in our YouTube comments. So apologies if we've got that one wrong. Thanks, Cliff.
And that kick was no good. Far right. Didn't go through the uprights. So the score will remain 36-5 to SGS.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mac. So 36-5 as Newman kick off again.
And SGS
moving their way forward.
Just
fantastic.
So efficient at moving the ball. Whether it's with speed or with power, they've been doing it both, and it's just been incredible. And they're in space now.
Here comes Regan Halsey again, who has been fantastic today, finding that space. A small kick from the youth scrum half replacement, and he's jumped on that really well as well, using his pace excellently to just jump on those Cardinal players as Kobe Matthews calls for a little bit more support on the left-hand side, but that hasn't quite managed to be turned over. So that's kicked out, but not very far indeed, and he's kicked it straight into the hands of Ethan Williams, who manages to keep hold of that, and that's some excellent organisation from SGS to find their way over on this right-hand side of the pitch. But the referee has unfortunately just called a penalty there, or a scrum. It looks like it was coming in from the side. So that will be a turnover. And yes, penalty there for coming at the side of the ruck, I believe. And that's made some ground, but yeah, has just about gone into touch.
Incredible. That was quite a good kick.
Was indeed, yes, yeah. They've struggled a little bit with their kicking game today at Cardinal and Newman, but that was much better. So we'll move up the pitch for a Newman line out. And just a reminder that the live stream of today's game is brought to you by the sports media and media production students at the college, who've done a fantastic job setting up from about 9:45 this morning, running cables and setting up the cameras, which has been great work from everyone who has been involved. We had a big old crew today who've done a fantastic job, but that line out was not quite good enough, and SGS have managed to keep hold of the ball here, making some excellent yardage up the pitch.
So you would call it yardage?
Sometimes, but I think actually that's the golfer in me coming out.
I thought you had a...
And it's offloaded here, and there we go. Aled Evans, the captain, moving over the try, offloaded really nicely and really quickly by Ethan Williams, who just seemed to have eyes in the back of his head there to see Aled Evans's run. That was captain there.
Beautiful ball movement there, and he had good field vision, knew where his teammates were, and he just popped it up, and Aled Evans did the rest.
It was indeed, yes. Fantastic work there by SGS. It seemed to come out of nowhere, but they've done a fantastic job in getting another try over the line. I believe that's 6 today?
6 tries.
6 tries?
Yeah, I think so.
And 3 converted, I believe. Maths was never my strong point, but...
Neither.
But yeah, the score stands at 41-5, with Regan Hulsey having another chance here to kick over the posts. And that is, again, another fantastic half of rugby for SGS. We're probably around 15 minutes into this second half at the moment. But some brilliant work so far, as Regan Halsey puts that one straight through the posts. And that's good.
Are you allowed to charge down the kicks? Is that a thing?
You can for a conversion, yes. That is charge down.
That is a lot of distance to cover.
It is, yeah, depending on how far away you are from the posts and whereabouts you are, because you have to take the conversion around where the try was put down.
I see.
So move yourself backwards. Obviously, if you're right in front of the post, it might be a little bit easier. So yes, that's the logic behind that one.
Oh.
And that is kicked out from the restart, so we will go back for a scrum. Again, Cardinal Newman struggling with their kicking game at the moment, especially from these restarts, but it gives SGS a chance to put in again from the scrum and keep hold of that ball. And gives SGS a chance to continue their excellent scrummaging from today. So thank you if you are joining us for this live stream. We are around 50 minutes into this second, which might make it a little bit more tricky, but it's been just cloudy and bright today, so good rugby conditions. But if that rain starts to creep in, it might somewhat change the game. But here comes Malachi Humphreys, who's had a fantastic game so far. Offloads it out wide, and here comes
they're going
Ethan.
up the left side.
No, Regan Halsey has again fantastic work.
Beautiful play there.
Just about put that one down. The athleticism showed there from Regan Halsey, who has been absolutely fantastic today, really shown himself to be a top quality player, and the Bears Academy have really got a special player on their hands there, Mac.
They really have. I mean, he was moving up that sideline. He was very fast.
He was
broke a couple of tackles and managed to get it into the what do you call it, the try zone?
Past the try line, yeah.
Past the try line.
Past the try line.
Incredible stuff.
The try zone being breached there by Regan Halsey. And here he comes again to kick. So that's 2 tries for Regan today. And let's see if he can kick one over the posts. But yeah, a truly fantastic game. Malachi Humphreys again is someone else that we've picked out in particular today, who's had a fantastic game, involved in the build-up there to offload to Regan, who just made it look easy.
He did. He made it look absolutely effortless. And now I imagine he'll do the same with the kick. Missed his last one, but, you know, we can't all be perfect.
I think he scored the last one, missed the last 2 before that. So the last one was right in front of the posts, but this one has not quite managed to make it over the posts.
No bueno.
So yeah, very close with these kicks. But you know that they've been from tough positions. They've scored a lot of tries out wide today, but he's proven himself to be an excellent kicker nevertheless, and that's something he's been known for, particularly in this SGS team. But yeah, SGS and Bears Academy's products playing particularly well today, and Regan has been one of the picks of the bunch, hasn't he?
He really has. He's been he made some incredible kicks today, and obviously we can forgive a few misses after scoring that try.
Oh, absolutely. Scoring 2 tries, yeah.
Two tries.
Yeah, got the first one in as well. And there go Cardinal Newman from the restart. But if it keeps going like this, SGS are in for a very good afternoon. So
I mean, you want to break 50 points now, don't you?
yeah, I think they're never going to be ones to stop. They do want to keep going and just see how far they can. Big tackle there against Will Papp, but he's got up very strongly, and SGS continue to work their way down the pitch. Joachim Huller offloading, and it's ended up.
Beautiful
that is some fantastic
right, and he
play
stays
by
up.
number 20, the replacement. Alan Evans.
What a play!
Oh, fantastic! Look at them go.
That run was incredible.
Yeah, that was just brilliant work.
That was just pure poetry in
from
motion.
Everyone on the right-hand side there, starting with Will Papp taking an absolute crunching tackle, but it allowed everyone else to play some fantastic rugby there and finished off excellently, just about caught by the captain Aled Evans, who runs over for his second try of the day. Joachim Huller offloading very well, and our replacement scrum half number 20, who again, unfortunately, we don't have the corresponding names to numbers for our replacements, but some brilliant work over on the right-hand side there from SGS, and they are making this look particularly easy at the moment with some brilliant rugby on show, aren't they, Mac?
I mean, yeah, that last run was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, the offloading at the right times, the staying up, you know, the contact balance, all that kind of stuff. I mean, everything came together then, and just beautiful.
Yeah, they've managed to do excellently well, and that kick goes over the posts. So again, a fantastic play there from SGS. So that leaves the score at 55-5 with that converted try. It's never ending, is it, Mac?
I mean, like I said, what is the record for point differential? I mean, these guys, they just keep scoring. They just keep on going.
That was try of the day contender for me, absolutely. Those last 2 tries, Regan Halsey with some individual brilliance, and then a fantastic team try finished off by Captain Aled Evans today. They are playing out of their skin and making it really tough for this Cardinal side.
They really are.
And they're not going to give us any time to catch our breath either, as they just want to keep going. And that's moved down the line. Aled Evans offloading, and a nice little kick. Who finds the space again. Almost lost his balance here, but fighting his way through. That is Kobe Matthews again trying to get involved in the action. And offloaded again there. Ethan Williams getting involved. And Cardinal keeping SGS where they are at the moment. But I'm sure that's fine with them. You know, 55-5 up. Maybe a bit of time to catch the breath and regroup, but doing well there. Zach Radforth just to keep hold of the ball, but it looks like he's going to be pulled into touch there with some good defensive play by Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in an American football game, this is when you start pulling out the trick plays. You have a bit of fun with it, you know. Maybe you give the ball to the running back to try and throw it, kind of things like that. So maybe we'll see some fun stuff coming from rugby. I don't know if they have trick plays particularly. Maybe try and kick a drop goal from the halfway line. Who knows?
I mean, with the way Regan Halsey's kicking today, he's done pretty well. You never know what he might try. But
I mean, if I was them, I would be just dropping it and kicking it whenever you wanted.
However, rugby, very respectful game. So yeah, very much so.
Morals and things like that.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know what you American footballers get up to, but
last year we beat the University of East Anglia by 112 points to nothing.
Okay.
We just kept going.
Yeah, I mean, there's no signs of SGS slowing up here either. So as the score sits at 55-5, we have a scrum here with an SGS put in, and it wouldn't surprise me if we carried on seeing a couple more tries from SGS here. It looks like we're around 25 to 30 minutes through this second half here at the SGS Arena at the moment, as another strong scrum from SGS makes its way further down the line and has some space for Kobe Matthews to open up his legs and offloads well to the replacement number 21. They don't seem any signs of slowing up, do they? There are lots of fitness out there.
They are still trying to score, and they're obviously very well conditioned.
Zach Radforth and Ethan Williams keeping the ball between them there very well as Ethan Williams gets brought down, and the ruck goes over very nicely. And that's Cesare Mochi getting tackled, but a quick tap and go as Aled Evans, again, the captain for today, forces his way through, but the referee has pulled the play up for an SGS penalty there. Again, I'm sure what that was, what that's for, but Kean Symes has a chance to kick for touch, and we can slightly catch our breath before I'm sure what will be some more fantastic attack and play from SGS College.
Absolutely. I mean, watching this, it makes me want to take up rugby. You know, I've never played before. It looks like it could be some fun, but I feel like I might get killed. It
is excellent fun. If you get a chance to play, it's brilliant. Yeah, my rugby days are gone now, but it's excellent fun. And if you are interested in joining the Rugby Academy here at the college for next year, then we can now. You may be able to have a look at information on our website and study alongside our alongside doing the Rugby Academy as SGS bring another maul over the line.
Another
and
try.
Just like that, another try.
Beautiful.
And that is fantastic work from SGS yet again.
I mean, at this point, it's no surprise, is it? They are obviously they're just dominating the game.
They are. That looks like Niall Thomas forcing his way over the line. Another brilliant maul. Should be bored of saying that by now.
Yeah, we should get like an audio cue that just plays it for us.
Yeah.
Another SGS maul try.
We do need to record that so that we can take a quick breath. But yeah, that is some fantastic work again by SGS College to make the most of that, as Regan Halsey has another go at the posts, but 60 points to 5 at the moment, and we'll see if Regan can put this put this conversion over the posts. And that one is flagged over. So the score is now 62 points to 5 in SGS's favour. A real dominant show from SGS today. And as we reach around 10 minutes or so to go, so we don't have a game clock with us in our commentary studio, but we believe there's around 10 minutes left to go of the game today. We had quite a short half-time break, and that gives Cardinal Newman a chance to just restart from kickoff, but they're straight onto the SGS boys there, not giving them a time to breathe, and they're not going to go down lightly, but it looks like the day has gone for Cardinal Newman.
It does look that way, doesn't it? I mean, it gets to a point when mathematically you literally cannot win. Yeah. I think we reached that point.
Yeah, it's going to be one hell of a last 10 minutes for Newman. They just need to. I'm sure all they'll want to do now is just save a bit of face and try to do their best not to concede. But SGS are making that particularly tough for them today as we go into another scrum.
And we are not sponsored by Asda, as you can see in the background.
Yeah, whoever built that thought of that.
Absolutely. Product placement, you know. That's where the money is.
And the referee just restarting this scrum here, getting them to reset. But as just a reminder, we've probably got around 10 minutes or so left of our coverage of today's ACE game between SGS and Newman College. And the SGS scrum, again, showing themselves to be incredibly strong, even at this late stage of the game. It's come away with Cardinal Newman with the ball, though, which is offloaded and moved down the line nice and quickly. And out to their winger, who's tried to be brought down by Kobe Matthews. He's done a pretty good job there. He's had a good game today, Kobe. The SGS Messi, they call him. And it's been turned over. And that is Cesare Mochi bringing the ball away and doing really well to keep hold of that ball. But he's got to go careful to release that now, which he has done. And the referee's just giving him a shout there instead of calling up for the foul. But some excellent play there. A little bit of handbags out there, but the referee has decided to put... apologies for that gesture that you might have seen on the camera, but the referee has shown his second yellow card of the game, and that looks to be number 8, Tom Bishop, for Cardinal Newman. And unfortunately, that's going to be 10 minutes in the sin bin for him. So Cardinal Newman down to 14 men, and that will probably take that up to the end of the game now. Unfortunate way to end the game there for the Newman number 8. And the referee's just called a halt there.
You know what they say about sportsmanship and whatnot? If you can't behave in a loss, you don't deserve the win. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yes. It's been a bit like you can understand the frustration, I think, after what's been a tough game for Newman. But yeah, that's unfortunate way to end the game. I will say though, I am gonna shout this out. The fun fact that we've got for Tom Bishop is that he does some excellent work volunteering in a local nursing home, promoting mobility across the elderly. So I don't want to go too much into him, because he obviously does some excellent work outside of rugby, and that is something that is obviously fantastic. But unfortunately, he won't be finishing this game off as he sits in the sin bin.
It happens. Tensions run high. Yeah,
especially if you're in for a tough loss, it can get quite frustrating. And yeah, unfortunately, he won't be finishing this game. But yeah, some excellent work out in the community. And we prepare for another scrum here with Newman put in, but the referee has called a halt to that. And it looks like Newman will have a quick restart here. And that's a big hit from, that is Finn Fluck to bring down, quickly advancing Newman restart. And that's just looks like it was dropped, unfortunately.
Looks like a knock-on.
It is indeed, yeah. You're getting there with the lingo, Mac. Well done.
By the end of the game, I will be a professional. That's what they say.
So that will come back for an SGS scrum, which again has been particularly strong today. The scrummaging and the mauling from SGS has been brilliant. The forwards, all of them, have been particularly fantastic today.
Absolutely. I mean, this SGS side has been just pure dominant. They're fast, strong. Obviously, they've got the technicalities down. I mean, they've been playing good. Newman have had some good plays too, but obviously they've just been outplayed by SGS. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's been a tough day for Newman, but as we said, SGS doing particularly well today to just manage their rugby, manage the lead as well. They've just chipped away and they're breaking away again here. A fantastic offload from two of our replacement, and has he given it? The referee has given that. Has he? Yes.
He has indeed.
He has indeed. Well, again, fantastic to get that one over the line. Two of the replacements linking up fantastically well. And that brings us up to 67-5 with the try still to be converted by Regan Halsey, who has another try at kick here. But
hopefully this conversion will indeed be made.
It just keeps coming. It's been a fantastic second half, improving on what was already a good first half, and that has been one hell of an afternoon for SGS College. While we wait for this kick, Mac, obviously you were part of the American Football Academy. You're part of the academy system here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the quality of coaching and your experience of being part of an academy here at the college.
I mean, the coaching is phenomenal. You know, it's if you're in the kind of Bristol area, just the southwest. I mean, you'd struggle to find anything better. Obviously, the American football coaches, you know, Coach Ben, Coach Ash, Coach Chris, Coach Fitz. You know, these are all guys that are incredible at what they do. They have knowledge of the game, and I've actually spoken to some of the rugby coaches, some of the football team coaches, things like that. They're all incredibly nice people, and I don't doubt they're incredibly good at coaching and have a great knowledge of what they do.
Absolutely, and that takes us to the end of the game. So the referee just calling a halt to proceedings with the score at 67-5. A real dominant day for SGS, wasn't it, mate? That was some fantastic rugby.
That was a great display. I mean, after they won against Hartpury last week, didn't they? I mean,
indeed.
a hard win against Hartpury, and then obviously they've just had this dominant win here. I mean, this SGS team is just that we're in for a special year, I would imagine. You know, growing up in the southwest, I heard a lot about Hartpury. You hear a lot about Millfield, things like that. And for SGS to go out and beat Hartpury, one of those big teams, then it says something.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a fantastic day here for the SGS College Rugby Academy. Dan Cox and Callum and the other coaches involved. Obviously, really pleased with that today. We've had some brilliant players on show. My standout, probably Regan Hussey at fullback, who put a couple of tries over the line, kicking great. Malachi Humphreys also deserves a shout out, though.
I was going to say Malachi Humphreys would probably be my man of the match, I would say, my player of the day. He was just hitting people, moving people, you know, offloading the ball, just everything. He was just doing incredible.
And managed to get one over the line as well.
To get one over the line.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic day here. We've had, you know, lots of Bears Academies, Bears Academy players on show as well as some former England under 18s. Which just shows the strong links that we have here at SGS with our professional teams across the southwest and our international side. It's been really a joy to watch, and as we see the players finish up for the day. Just a reminder that if you are interested in studying here at the college, applications for 25-26 will be open soon. All the information on the courses that we offer and the academies that we offer will be available on our website. And if you have any questions, there should be plenty of contact details on there. Also want to give a big shout out to the sports media and media production students who have made this live stream possible today. They've put in some fantastic work, a big crew of us going from about 9:45 to set up, and they've done really well to bring this product to you on the cameras, vision mixing, commentating, and everyone has done a fantastic job. So well done to everyone involved, and lastly to you, thank you very much for watching. The score was 67-5 to SGS, and we will see you next time.